it's like a weird feeling. It's almost like, not that I am disappointing Becky, but just to know that that was like an expectation and I didn't meet it, you know. But I know that I will meet it eventually, you know. I'm well on my way.
Hey there, everyone. Rick Ucchino here again for Sportskeeda Wrestling, and my guest at this time is a big matchup coming up on Sunday at Extreme Rules. You know her, you love her, you want to watch more of her. It is Liv Morgan. How are we doing today, Liv?
Oh my gosh, I love that intro. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I get to talk to Liv Morgan today. How could I be anything other than fantastic?
What a great start to your day. Mine too.
Absolutely. You do have a big matchup this Sunday with Carmella. You two have been butting heads for a little bit now. This is a one-on-one pay-per-view matchup, and believe me when I say this, the media has seen how hard you've worked. The fans have seen how hard you worked. We love that you have this opportunity. Big one-on-one pay-per-view matchup. How are you feeling heading into Sunday?
I'm really excited. I feel grateful for the opportunity. I'm really excited to have my second ever singles pay-per-view match. I love that it's against Carmella because we've been having issues since Money in the Bank, you know, so I'm looking at this as a way to, you know, just settle it. Hopefully I don't have to hear from her again for a while. But I do have to get through Friday first. Friday I have a match with Zelina Vega, which she kind of just, you know, volunteered herself for. So I have still quite a bit to do before I get to Sunday, but I'm excited for both. I can't wait.
Yeah, we like I said, you and Carmella, you've had your issues. You and Zelina Vega, you've had your issues. I have no doubt you'll make it to Sunday just fine. This is Extreme Rules, however. We don't have a whole lot of stipulations yet. If you had, you know, things your way, what kind of a match would you want to have with Carmella?
Either a street fight, just because I want to wear jeans and my like merch shirt. A street fight. Where I'll beat her butt all over backstage, or a no disqualification match. Just because, you know, last week she just left the match in the middle of the match, and I won, but I won because she got counted out. So maybe just, you know, no rules. You can run, but you can't hide, and you can't get out of this match because there's no rules.
Right, and you know that would lead her though maybe to lean for a little bit of help. From Zelina Vega, somebody that you've also been dealing with. You have that match on Friday with her on SmackDown. But we saw you with a little bit of backup last week in Toni Storm, and I think people saw the two of you together. They kind of liked it. Is there a tag team forming here, or do you want to focus more on being a singles competitor right now?
I definitely want to focus on being a singles competitor right now. I feel like, just me personally in my career, I feel like that's just where I am mentally at. You know, I want to be in the same conversation as Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks and Charlotte and Bayley. You know, that's my goal. But you know, I've been a little bit sour on tag teams ever since, you know, the Riot Squad, and I told myself I would not be in another tag team. But if I had to team with anyone, I'd pick Toni Storm. So I'm only open to tag teaming with Toni Storm.
What is it that you like about so much with Toni?
I think she's just an incredible competitor. You know, I watched Toni work way before she even got to WWE. I'm a big fan of her work. I feel like I just like her work rate. You know, I know she goes out there every single time and tries to have the best match that she could possibly have. And so I just appreciate, you know, that quality of her. And also, you know, our hairs kind of look alike. So aesthetically, we look cool. You know, I just think Toni's great. And I'd love to have her on my side if that day comes. But, you know, until then, I am totally going to support her. Like, if she finds herself in a little pickle, you know, like I did, I will definitely run out and help Toni.
It's always good to have friends, right? You always need a little bit of...
you know, I'm open to friends. I love friends. I love people. I just don't want to tag team with anyone.
You, yourself, and Toni, you know, you look at Carmella, you look at the top of the SmackDown women's division right now, especially when they're all active. Becky, Bayley, Sasha, Bianca.
We're stacked.
Absolutely. You took the words right out of my mouth, but that kind of creates a little bit of a problem too, because as loaded as the roster is, as great as the show is, there's only 2 hours of TV time, every week. And, it's I'm sure it's a frustrating battle trying to break through and create those opportunities and get TV time. You have this match at Extreme Rules now. Do you feel like, the momentum is starting to build for you? We saw you almost get a women's title opportunity in a great match with Bianca on SmackDown. Do you feel like the momentum is finally building there for you to kind of break through?
Yeah, I do. I feel like the past 2 years of my career, I've had moments where I feel like I've had so much momentum and I'm just about to break through, and then I don't. Right. And so I do feel this time is different. I like to think positively, and I'm very glass half full. So when I look back, I'm like, maybe I wasn't as ready as I thought. And that's why I didn't break through, and maybe I just wasn't as, even though I wanted it just the same, maybe I just wasn't ready as a performer. But now, I feel so much more like, I guess, well-rounded. Yeah. That I'm just ready. I'm just ready. I'm ready for that top spot. I'm ready to be that girl. And so I definitely feel like after Money in the Bank, I'm just going to keep the momentum going until I'm SmackDown Women's Champion.
I was going to say,
or Raw. We have a draft coming up. Who knows?
Right, exactly. And I'm going to get there. You're getting ahead of me there. But, your journey in WWE has, man, it has been something. It might be the most unique arc, I would say, for the entire company from a booking and character standpoint. But here's the thing, man. The crowd is clearly behind you. You got some of the biggest pops heading into and at Money in the Bank, and that's when audiences were first coming back. What did that mean to you to have that kind of support, and were you expecting that?
I wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't. As much as I want to say, like, yeah, I totally was expecting the crowd to be behind me, I didn't know what to expect. It was our first shows back with live audience. So it's kind of just like a toss-up. Like, let's see what they've been enjoying the last year and what they haven't been enjoying. So I just went out there, tried to, like always, try to do my best. And they were completely behind me, and it was just so heartwarming. It was heartwarming. I was so grateful. I almost felt like, oh, like me, just because sometimes I feel like as much as I try and as much as I want to give them everything, there's some things that are just out of my control. So sometimes I feel like I don't give them enough to even want to support me or even want to cheer for me. But like, luckily for some reason, that kind of made it even stronger. And so I just hope that I can just make them proud. I just hope that I make all my supporters proud, and I'm proud to support me. And so I was blown away. I don't know if you saw, but I cut a promo when SmackDown went off air that night, just pretty much talking about Money in the Bank and how, how much I want it because I feel like I've earned it. And they gave me a "you deserve it" chance. And that was like my first time ever in my career that I got that. And it's, I know it sounds silly because it kind of sounds like vain, but I just, that meant so much to me. It brought tears in my eyes. It literally brought me to tears just because I was like, man, they're really supporting me right now. And just, it meant so much. I don't know, it was incredible.
Yeah. And, I think a lot of fans, they've seen your journey, over the last several years and feel like you have really been, busting up. We've seen the training videos. Heck, I can see it when you're in the ring. It seems like every time you try to throw a new maneuver into a match, you're putting that work in the ring. Is that a kind of like a priority for you, just to like incorporate new moves in like almost every week and not rely on the same set?
Yeah, I like to I like to change it up, one, so my opponents don't know what to expect, you know what I mean? I like to keep it fresh, but also I just feel like, this is such like a unique business where no matter what, you'll never know it all, but I want to know it all. So I have the opportunity to train at Natty's every week. Natty has a ring that she has, in a warehouse, Dungeon 2.0, and I get to train there every single week. And, I love that. I love training. I feel like we all should be striving to learn as much as we can. And also with the pandemic, we went from traveling 300 plus years and like working that many days to now you're going to wrestle once a week, maybe. And I feel like in those moments, it's even more pivotal to keep training and to keep learning, because we're not getting the reps like we would, Also, I have a wrestling ring in my backyard, so I'm all for training and for, being my best. All I really want is to see how good that I can be. Of course, I want championships and I want accolades, but my real goal is just to see how good I can be.
Going back to Money in the Bank, heading into there, it seemed like there was a nice little rivalry there building between yourself and Sonya Deville. Now, Sonya is somebody who hasn't been in the ring in over a year now, and I know there's a lot of people who want to see her compete again. But now she's definitely found herself in the crosshairs of somebody else in Naomi on SmackDown. But, heading into Money in the Bank, did you think there might be something, brewing there between you two?
Totally. I honestly, I felt like she kind of had something against me, or I don't know, maybe she was trying to pull something out of me, but she pretty much just announced various women to be inserted into the match, which started my beef with Carmella and Zelina. Yep. But I just didn't understand. So as the weeks kept going, I almost thought, like, is she doing this on purpose? Did I do something? Is there something that she has against me? Maybe she just wants to be in the ring and she knows how bad I want it. So she's trying to, take it from me. I had no idea. But I wanted to find out. But then luckily, maybe she finally saw, I don't know, maybe I impressed her to where she gave me the opportunity and I was also put in the match. But yeah, for a while, I had no idea what was going on. And she's in a position of power right now. And she likes to definitely flex that power. And I didn't really know how to go about it because I love my job. And I knew, you get more with sugar than you do with salt. Is that it? Honey and vinegar, sugar, salt,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
Like that. You get more being sweet than you do being an a-hole.
I think you catch more honey, or you catch more flies with honey than you do something. I think that's what it.
Yeah,
something like that.
That's what I thought. I was like, damn, she has all the power right now. I don't want to piss her off, but also I want to stand up for myself and fight for what I believe in. I do feel for Naomi right now, just because I understand what that feels like a little bit. She's getting it worse than I did. She's like, she's singled out. She's singled out right now. But
yeah, I can't wait to see where that comes to a head for sure. But we could talk about Zelina, we could talk about Carmella, we could talk about Sonya, but we all know who your true real rival is, and I think we all want to know, when is the next Pokemon battle between yourself and Ember Moon on Up Up Down Down?
I hope never. I hope we never play that game again. Oh my gosh. She gets so serious. She gets angry. She gets mad. I just want to play for fun. I just want to have fun. I want to laugh. I don't want to be yelled at and geez, I'd much rather be on the same side with her than against her when it comes to video games. I beat her once. Did you watch that? I beat her once and she she couldn't handle it. She couldn't believe that little Liv beat her in Pokemon. I'm not a Pokemon master, but she could not smoke coming out of her ears. She couldn't handle it. She hated it.
Well, it was kind of hard to see behind all the plush items that she had.
I know. And then she wanted to flex with all her cool Pokemon merch. Yeah, she's wild. I'd rather be on her team.
Well, hopefully we see you guys team up at some point on Up Up Down Down.
I'm actually never going to play Pokemon with her again.
Yeah.
If that comes in, I'm going to say no. I'm going to be like, denied. I'll play any other game with her.
What if we got it on the big board at WrestleMania? Would you do that?
Yeah, but not Pokemon. Let's do Def Jam Vendetta. I'll play some Def Jam Vendetta with her all day.
All right, fair enough. Let's get back to Extreme Rules. You got your match against Carmella, but arguably I think the biggest match on the card Sunday is Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, given what, Becky told you when she left, all those months ago, and feel free to fill people in who may not have seen Talking Smack, assuming she gets by Bianca, what would it mean for you to possibly face Becky and potentially take that SmackDown Women's title off of her, beyond just capturing your first championship?
Oh my gosh, if I didn't have this sweater on, you would see chills. So yeah, Becky announced to the world and to everyone for the first time that she was having a baby.
Yeah.
And so I'm backstage and I'm just, saying my goodbyes because she's going to be gone, at the height of her career, she's going to have a baby. So I'm just saying goodbye. I go to hug her, and as I'm hugging her, she just like whispers in my ear that when she comes back, I'm going to be the champion. And that's something I thought about almost every single day, and she came back and I wasn't the champion. I'm not the champion.
Yeah.
And it's like a weird feeling. It's almost like, not that I am disappointing Becky, but just to know that was like an expectation and I didn't meet it, but I know that I will meet it eventually. I'm well on my way, but I would love to prove her right and to prove her wrong, and I would love to win the title off of Becky.
All right, final question.
Ideal scenario for me.
Final question, because I know we got to wrap up here. You brought up the draft earlier, coming up on October the 1st. Would you prefer to stay on SmackDown? Would you like to move over to Raw? Have you given much thought to it, or is it just kind of you're so used to rolling with the punches in WWE, whatever comes, let it be?
I haven't thought about it much. Honestly, I want to stay on SmackDown. I love SmackDown. I love our locker room, our stacked locker room, but obviously that's going to change. I feel like I just have a soft spot for SmackDown, maybe because it's like where my journey started. But also, I've been drafted every single draft the past 3 years. So I kind of feel like I'm going to go to Raw just because. Just because. But I'd like to stay on SmackDown.
All right. Well, first things first, you got SmackDown Friday night, Zelina Vega, and then hopefully some kind of Street Fighter DQ, no DQ match with Carmella on Sunday. Liv, always a pleasure to get to talk to you. Thank you so much, and good luck moving forward.
Thank you. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for having me on.
You do the same. Thank you so much.
Bye.